Hey everyone. Hello, hello. It is Larissa, and we are back again today for another Lunch and Learn. And I'm super happy to be here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me. Today, we are talking about aligning your vision so that you can support your goals. And you want to do this so you can live the life you truly dream and desire. And I think this is such a good topic, and it's going to be really simple. It's going to be really profound. And we are going to go back to basics because I think whenever you really look at anything in life, so often we're looking for the icing on the cake. Whereas if you actually take the time to create a cake with beautiful ingredients or create a meal with beautiful ingredients, it's not all the extra icing and all the decorations that really makes a huge difference. It really is what's going on deep on the inside. So, for those of you that don't know me, I'm Larissa McCook. I'm an author, speaker, and CEO of Larissa McCook Coaching, and I lead highly successful, motivated people through mental barriers and into unstoppable confidence, authenticity, and empowered lives. And my team and I, we like to rock the boat. We like to stretch you beyond your comfort zone so you have the ability, so you can go out and radically transform your life, so you can claim your future because you deserve it. Now, I'd like to tell you about an event. This is an event that happened to me about 18 years ago. 18 years ago. I was sitting in my very first goal setting workshop, and I was working in the area of financial services. And I was a bit nervous-sided. I was a bit nervous and excited. I was nervous and excited because over the last probably about 4 to 6 months prior to that day, I had started hearing about possibilities and people and what they said that they had done in their lives. And I started to get the idea that maybe I could do it too, perhaps one day, maybe if I got all the right skills and got all the right tools. And these people, they kept telling me, like, all you have to do is believe it. All you have to do is do it. All you have to do is really step into yourself and make a difference and make a decision in order to claim these things that we're talking about. And I never really understood how or what they were talking about. It was always like this big far out thing. It was out of my realm of possibilities. And I felt like, I'm like, well, sure, that sounds cool, but what do I actually do to do that? And until that day where I was sitting in this goal setting workshop with my entire office. I was working in the area of financial services at the time. So everyone from the office got together right before New Year's, and we were sitting there and we were walked through a goal setting process. And it was fantastic because I didn't have a really solid method to do this. I needed to be walked in step by step because I heard a goal setting, but I really had no idea what it was. And so when I actually took the time to apply a method that was tested and proven, I started to create a vision for myself. And it was such a beautiful and powerful, powerful thing. Now, when we had this roadmap, like I said, we filled in this roadmap of goal setting and goals for the year. We knew the exact steps we wanted to take and the exact steps we needed to take to really begin formulating a plan and making it really powerful, really profound. And that was such an important thing because as soon as I had acquired the knowledge, as soon as I got the knowledge of how to do something, it was an empowering experience because it wasn't this far out thing. It was something that was really tangible and tactile. And so what I've done is I've taken that process that I went through in 2004 and I've used it and expanded it year after year after year. And I've done it every year since 2004. And this process has kept me on track because there have been a lot of things that could have gone in many different directions. And the more I keep coming back to this goal setting process, this is like a religious ritual for me. You do not want to get in the way of me and my goal setting. It really has been something that has served me throughout my life. I've seen a lot of people in my life take very different turns in very different directions. And because I took the time to really recalibrate and think about what I want to do in my life, what I want to achieve in my life, who I want to be in my life, it's had some beautiful, unexpected possibilities and surprises that have attracted me to opportunities that I'd literally at one point only dreamed of. And many of those things never really crossed my mind. So before this point, I would say I was on a really downward and emotional spiral. And I did work, I showed up, I did my work, I did what was expected of me, yet I was rarely satisfied and focused on what was right. I kept noticing what was wrong, and I was living my life at effect, allowing other people and circumstances to dictate my results and blaming them along the way, instead of really taking that responsibility for myself. And so as things got wrong, like things would go wrong, my solution was just to push harder and push harder and push harder. And that didn't make me feel good. And one of the things I actually had realized that the more I pushed, yes, I had set some goals for the year. When I really looked at it, I didn't have a vision for the future. And so I really think that goals and vision, they do go hand in hand. And when I realized that, I'm like, well, sure, I have goals and I have stuff I'm doing. There's a part of me that still feels unfulfilled. So it was really cool because I was accomplishing things, yet there was a part of me that wasn't as fulfilled as I wanted to be. And it kind of scared me when I really, really realized that. So why am I telling you all this? Why am I sharing this? Well, you were put on this planet for a reason. You were put on this planet for a reason, and you have gifts to share with this world, and you have an impact to make. You are full of infinite potential and infinite possibility, and you really can be, do, or have anything you want. Like, really think about that. Really think about what that means. I know I say it a lot. You have the potential to be, do, or have anything you want. What is something that you want that you've never maybe thought that you could have, or that you had the ability to attain? Who is it that you want to be? What if there were no limitations? What would you like to do if anything were possible? Really sink your teeth into it. If you don't have answers coming out, this is something you want to sit down and think about, because maybe today you don't have it. Maybe today you do have the answers to those questions. If you don't have some answers to those questions, this is something you want to sit down and take the time to do. Okay? Ultimately, clarity is power. And the more clear we can get with the vision of our life, the better. Okay, so I've talked about two things, and there's actually three components to this whole little web that I'm talking about today. So in order to have a beautiful future, in order to create a beautiful future that makes an impact, you need to have vision, goals, and purpose. Now, vision is, let's say, this is the picture of your ideal life. This is the picture of your dream life. And inside your head, there is actually a part of your mind that plays movies. It creates scenarios, it replays scenarios over and over and over again. Sometimes those movies have pictures, sometimes there's sounds. And if you think about what's going on inside your head, if you've ever had mental chatter, there you go. There's some chatter going on inside your head. And you might be like, well, that's not the vision I want of my future. Well, if it's happening inside your head, that is what is dictating some of the results you have. Okay. So you may have something you desire. If you're not repeating your vision more often than all your limitations, it's going to be really tough to have it. You just can't, right? So vision is the picture of your ideal life. This is the picture of your dream life. And Wallace D. Wattles in Science of Getting Rich says, you want to spend as much of your leisure time contemplating the picture, contemplating your picture of your ideal life as you can. So this is where you want to spend your leisure time, daydreaming, really creating that vision, crystallizing the vision for your future. The second thing are goals, and goals are bites of the vision. Okay. Goals are when you take this vision and you're like, oh, I really want to do this so bad right now. And I know in my heart of hearts that this is the next step I want to take. I need to take. It is in full support of this big, beautiful picture that I've created. That's a goal. It's a bite of your vision. Okay. It's not the be all end all. And sometimes we think if I accomplish this goal, what next? what next? And it's important that we have a vision that's bigger than us, that means more than just us in our world, so that we can move forward and we can really make an impact in the world. And that there's always another goal to go after. Because if we limit ourselves to the current goal, we're gonna stop, and we're gonna butt into the top, and we're not gonna be able to progress and move forward and really thrive. Now, the third thing is purpose. And this is your reason for getting out of the bed in the morning. And this is maybe your mission, this is your drive. And we're not going to dive into this really, because ultimately you are living your purpose. If you are doing something with your life over and over and over again that you just can't help yourself do, that is living your purpose. If you're not living your purpose, it is something that you're desperately, desperately craving on the inside. And you literally just have to listen to yourself and go do it. Okay. Now, when it comes to purpose, vision, and goals, they all have to work together. Okay. And one of the things I think that sometimes we really underestimate is what kind of a picture that we want to create, right? When you really think of the vision that you're creating for your future, this is the what do you want list. You want to go into depth as to what you want to be, who you want to be, what you want to do, and what you want to have. You want to create some images of what these things look like. You want to think about what kinds of things people would be saying to you. You want to create visions of what the sounds like. If you want to be working on an ocean, if you want to be working by the beach, what are the sounds of the ocean as you're working on your computer, making a difference in the world? And what is it that you want to have? Is it that you want to have a new car? Is it that you want to have your kids attend private school? Is it that you want to maybe have a day off a week and take Fridays off? Whatever it is that you want, you can have, but you want to build that into the vision and really create a sensory experience of it. Okay, so when I say sensory, I'm talking about 5 senses: eyes, ears, mouth, nose, and touch. So sight, sounds, taste, smell, and touch. Really go into detail about what those visions are. Now, you might have visions in different areas of your life. Maybe the area of like your house, the kind of house you want to live in. It'll perhaps be the kind of car you drive, the kind of work you do, the relationships you have. Like, who are you in your relationships at your best? What kinds of people do you want to spend times with? What kinds of conversations do you want to have with them? How do you actually want to be in their presence? This is a really, really key factor. Okay. And even things like when it comes to your vision, really thinking about some of the fun that you're going to have. Like, how do you have fun in your ultimate picture? And one question I like to ask myself that flavors and colors this vision is in a universe where anything is possible, what would I want? And how would that make me feel? What would you want? Who would you want to be? What would you want to do? What would you want to have if the universe was infinite and full of infinite possibilities? And the thing is, it can. So this morning I was doing a training for a business mastermind group. Okay, after this talk, I'm going to go back and we're going to continue. And I was presenting a training. And what this group has some really cool things they're doing on a metaphysical level. It's a group of very intuitive business people. And yet I had them start with the vision of their ideal life. They each spent 5 minutes writing about the vision of their ideal life. And each one of them completely stepped into the work that we were doing together, the training that we were completing together, in a whole new way. Because they had a vision of their future in mind. And we have a tool where it enhances our peripheral vision and really expands our world. And it's cool because if you put your fingers at the sides, you can see them wiggling, right? That's your peripheral vision. And it's almost like you have this expansiveness when you really increase the awareness of your world around you. Well, as soon as you put the blinders on, you shut yourself out from possibilities and stay in a box. And so we want to live in a world of expansion and open ourselves up to possibilities, yet Oh, how do I do that? Oh, what will I do about this? Oh, I better check the email. Oh, better do the schedule. When we live in this kind of world with blinders on, we forget about the possibilities, and we need to keep that in mind because that is the fuel that will move us forward. Okay. So vision, you will come up with some random wacky things that you're like, oh, I didn't know, right? For example, one of the women, she's like, I didn't know that I wanted to spend 6 months a year traveling the world and maybe working from there, or maybe just having it for leisure time. She didn't know she wanted to present working all over the world and spending 6 months away from home. And that came up today. And as soon as she realized that it was so powerful, she was able to connect with it. And that's something she can add to the vision of her ideal life. And she got that in less than 5 minutes. And that's a huge key critical component for her. So when it comes to vision and goals, like I said, are a bite of that vision. You want to make sure that your goals are actually in alignment of this with your vision. And I titled this talk, Align Your Vision to Support Your Goals. And if you really think about that, your goals actually need to support your vision. Your goals and your vision, they need to work in alignment with one another. Because so often we look at the goals and we're like, what's the goal? What's my next step? Then I'll create my life vision based on what I think I can do. What's the next goal? And then I'll create the big vision based on what I think is reasonable. And when you do that, you miss so much joy in life. So I want you to just blow that idea out of the water and really embrace the idea of having a big vision and visiting it frequently to really keep checking about what you want. And then you're going to take a piece of that big vision and you're going to just turn it into a little goal. And that goal, you want it to stretch yourself. You want to make it compelling, something you really, really love, something you're really passionate about, and something that is a natural progression towards that big vision. And when you start to really align your goals with your vision, you're going to be taking the big picture and narrowing it down, and you're going to be able to stretch yourself in ways you didn't even know were possible. So this is such a tiny, tiny thing. And I think it's such a big key component to goal setting, to the work we do. Because if we don't keep coming back to the big vision and checking it, and then making sure that the goals we have are in alignment, we will feel a sense of discord. We're going to feel something inside that just doesn't feel right, that doesn't move us forward, that doesn't align, and you'll find yourself shooting yourself in the foot and sabotaging yourself. And that's not what this is all about, because you are here to have ultimate satisfaction. Your life, your world is about something bigger than you. That's what you need your goals to be. That's what you need your vision to be, is something that is fulfilling for you and even bigger than you, so that when you have an off day, it pulls you forward. And ultimately, clarity really is power. You want to spend your leisure time, like I said, contemplating that picture. And the more clear you get on the picture, the better. So on Thursday, June 24th, I'm actually going to be hosting a very, very special event. It's a closed door Zoom session, and it's going to be at 7 p.m. So next Thursday. And I'm going to be sharing 3 keys to unlocking your path to abundance. And I would absolutely love for you to be there. So if you would like a personal invitation to the closed door Zoom session, just pop a comment in the chat, just say, I want in. And my team or I will get in touch with you and let you know how you can get a personal invitation. So drop a note in the comments if you'd love a personal invitation to 3 keys to unlocking your path to abundance. And we will play, because this, like I said, this universe is full of opportunity. This universe is full of abundance. And as soon as you allow yourself to step forward and to move forward with it, magic can and will happen. So here's to you stepping into your abundance. Bye for now.